With the immediate crisis over, the journey to the Earth return vehicle continues. Then, something unexpected happens. The astronauts take a vote and change the plan. Rather than using the ERV to fly home 500 days ahead of schedule, they will stay and complete the mission.
The team back at Johnson Space Center is going to have much less knowledge of the circumstances of the crew and the real options open to them than the crew themselves have. So I think that a Mars mission is going to have to be commanded from the front, and that rather than having a mission control, we need to have a mission support.
The astronauts' new plan is to make it to the Earth return vehicle and use it in place of the HAB as their base of operations.
It's much smaller than the HAB, but it has a power supply and has the ability to make extra oxygen. So the crew could, in fact, go to the Earth return vehicle and live in it and work out of it.
The astronauts' confidence in their survival shoots up as they reach the outflow channel at the eastern edge of Valles Marineris. There's enough food, water, and air to make an easy drive to the ERV. Then, an astronaut sees something unusual. An exposed layer of rock that looks like it might contain something called stromatolites.
On Earth, we had bacteria, and not just individual bacteria, but bacteria that formed colonies, which created rocks known as stromatolites. These are, you might call, the bacterial equivalent of coral reefs, where tiny organisms build up something big. This would be a logical thing to look for on Mars.
Stromatolites on Earth provide the kind of evidence that we would expect to see on Mars. Not in that exact form, but it's the basic idea. Stromatolites were sort of mats of algae and then silicate-like material that built up and formed macroscopic structures which were then preserved. If something like that was going on Mars, that would provide an easy way of determining that life did indeed exist there.
Many science fiction films are based on the idea that we'll find evidence of advanced civilizations on Mars. Mars has no cities or grand structures. But astronauts may yet find evidence of life on Mars, even if it's only fossils of bacteria. With the rock samples loaded in, the rover tries to head off, but goes nowhere. One wheel is stuck. The astronauts cannot free it.
Sand is sort of the death trap of Mars. And I wouldn't be surprised if, in future expeditions, we end up losing some crews that are on these long pressurized rover traverses to sand traps.
They calculate the remaining distance to the ERV. Could they walk to safety? A spacesuit's full tank of air will only last 12 hours. It would take 30 hours of continuous walking.
On the Earth, you can get stuck when you are doing all-terraining in sandy areas, but of course, on the Earth, you can just step outside the vehicle and breathe. On Mars, you won't have that option. So if your vehicle is stuck and there's no way to get it out of its predicament, you're going to watch yourself die.